Hello and welcome back to Seeker Slayer Survivor. So, we have defeated the bloodletting, the challenge of the arena, we've done our rite of passage, and now it's time to find out what comes next. Yeah, let's see. The pool of memories water seems more luminescent than before, and Humari gestures towards the font with an open palm.
Congratulations, contender. Having endured the rite of passage, you earned the privilege to compete with other proven hunters.
She scoops a talisman from the pool and holds it dripping before you.
This token represents you and no other. Wear it proudly. It shall drink the essence of your actions, your triumphs, and your accomplishments, that the souls within these sacred walls will recognize them on your return.
She presses the bangle into your hands with a toothy smile. It grants Kuzawari's call. The wielder challenges an enemy, gaining bonus damage against the enemy or receiving less damage from the enemy's attack. Okay, interesting. Constantin watches you handle the talisman with a mixture of longing and repulsion on his normally sanguine face. I am honored.
And we are honored to have such a talented hunter in our midst, Good Watcher. Your next challenge will take you outside the walls of this arena. The island demands an offering, something to feed the pool of memories.
Okay, that explains how we're getting the other artifacts.
Some relics sacred to this place have been taken and need returning, and others undiscovered await a hunter capable enough to find them.
She smirks, her serrated teeth barely visible between her cracked lips. And how many of these sacred objects am I supposed to find?
It is assumed you will hunt with reckless abandon, and return all that you can, if only for the thrill of the pursuit. As for what is required, contenders are expected to return at least one relic sacred to the Seeker, Slayer, or Survivor, whichever face best aligns with the hunter within you.
Does this mean the Crucible has accepted me? When do I talk to the faces?
You survived the rite of passage, but you are yet shark bait to the faces. But now you can begin to demand their attention through your actions.
Alright, nothing more to say. She lowers her voice and leans close. She smells of sweat and peat.
Each area of the island draws the attention of a particular aspect of Tuamawai. While you scour the island, watch as only a watcher can.
She straightens.
Speak with Ngari, Keeper of Memories, in preparation for your hunt. He will set the path before you. Return with your trophy, contender, and may Tuamawai guide your way.
She bows her head and turns away. Now I notice we're gaining XP there. I just want to check something. I believe we're max level. Can we actually level up? Yeah. We're max level. Everyone is max level. We cannot level any further. Okay. Thought I'd just check. Right, Ngari. Slim for an Amawa, the man before you boasts warm, avuncular features and grey patches his tightly curled black hair. He smiles warmly at your approach.
Greetings, friend, and welcome. You stand before the Keeper of Memories.
He bows slightly at the waist. His attention falls to the dwarf at your side.
And Constantin, too. How exciting.
Been a while, Ngari.
You know each other?
Only well enough to not trust him at my back in a fight.
I'd rather stand face to face anyway.
You keep memories?
Don't everyone keep memories?
Those vanquished in the Crucible leave behind their weapons and armor, both often laden with memories of life. It falls to me to keep and protect those trappings and recollections.
Doesn't seem far off from torture to me.
Everyone believes they know my work better than I do.
He chuckles. So how do you preserve memories from these items?
We first wash the items in the pool, and in doing so, give the memories to the souls of this place. Thus do their deeds live on beyond them. Most items carry little more than the strongest memories of their use.
He plucks dismissively at his tunic as if to indicate its baseness.
A few, however, abundant with essence and charged with purpose, retain unusual attributes. These I care for, curate, and purvey to those worthy of their enchantments.
With a warm smile, he runs a finger along one of the blades. These would be the artifacts Humari mentioned.
The Crucible recreates battles and conflicts of old, that today's hunters may hone their skills. The Pool of Memories is the library for these histories. These stories aren't told to the Crucible. Instead, items held by those who performed great deeds echo with these accomplishments. The Pool of Memories absorbs the past from them. As a contender, you will be expected to recover at least one of these relics. I can point you in the right direction, but first I must ask, which of the faces of the hunt do you seek to appease?
Tell me more about them.
The faces represent the tripartite existence of Tuamawai, the Slayer God, the Seeker God, the Survivor God. Foreigners conflate them with the Changeling for good reason. He cannot be reduced to any single thing. The Stelgar embodies the Slayer aspect, the Seeker is represented by the Spider, and the Boar reflects Tuamawai's Survivor aspect. It is right and proper to respect all three, but all Crucible contenders must eventually make a choice and accept their true face.
Why can't a warrior embrace all three faces of the hunt?
In a lifetime of conflict, one can, should, and, with the onset of age, must. But in the Crucible, one cannot advance without championing a single aspect.
Tell me about the Spider.
The Seeking face represents the mastery of the chase, the understanding that slaughter without gain or purpose is wasteful. It is the hunter that must think in seasons, not seconds. Young warriors think the Spider odd. It sits still, it does not seek, is oft said. But the Spider understands the art of the Seeker so well that its prey comes to it.
Tell me about the Stelgar.
That is the Slaying face, the aspect of Tuamawai fixated on the mastery of the life or death dance, where all things are decided. Deadly in a group or by itself. Hungry or sated, the Stelgar is possessed of uncanny focus and purpose. A wise hunter admires and fears the Stelgar in proper measure.
Tell me about the Boar.
The Boar is the surviving face, the aspect of Tuamawai that reminds us that victory without survival is almost always meaningless. While all manner of cowards excel at survival, the Boar is both courageous and resilient, traits all hunters should aspire to.
Okay, interesting.
Have you made your decision then?
I quite like the idea of the Seeking one in that it's the smartest.
Every year we lose hunters to the Kohatkana expanse. Usually they're tracking last year's hunters. But nowhere in my notes have I found out what first enticed Kith to go prowling around that corner of the island. Not surprisingly, the expanse has become a sacred place to the Seeker. Return with something a failed Seeker before you left behind, and the Spider will be pleased.
What do I have to kill to find an artifact for the Slaying face?
A group of drifters claiming to be eager contenders showed us their true colors. Days ago, while most of the arena slept, they helped themselves to one of our Slayer relics. Unfortunately for them, the boat they came in on sunk, and it is a very long swim to anywhere beyond the auspices of the faces.
He chuckles quietly, sharp teeth glinting between his lips.
Sure are a lot of convenient accidents happening around here.
Slay them. Return the relic to the Pool of Memories, and the Slaying face will be most pleased.
I'll do anything to find an artifact for the surviving face.
The Tiebeo Waiapu has long had a reputation for being inhospitable.
It's an arid, miserable shithole, more like.
Yet, the sounder of boars that call the valley home seemed to flourish there. Were you to return with proof that you had tread the valley's singular dangers, the surviving face would be well pleased.
I am ready to begin the hunt.
Gallarde, I will see the western doors opened for you.
Guess that answers the question we didn't ask him earlier about he seems odd for Huana. He must be part Valian. If I talk to him again, can I ask him that?
Welcome back. I hope I can be of service, friend.
It's early to be calling us friends, buddy.
Shouldn't I? All are my friends in service of the Faces, even when they're my foes.
You have anything for sale?
Not many, but what I have is exclusively sold to the Crucible's contenders.
He smiles down at your token before his eyes return to yours.
Please, spend lavishly.
With a flourish of one arm, he indicates the items on the shelves behind him. What does he have? Contender's armor. Okay. Increases enemies engaged and has high armor rating. Alright. And then Contender's helm. Defense against perception, affliction attacks, and grants Contender's composure. Which is concentration at the start of each battle. Alright. Yeah, not too worried about any of that, to be honest with you. Hey, what's up?
Welcome. I hope I can be of service, friend.
How did you end up as Keeper of Memories?
I came before the Faces not so many years ago now. Already long in tooth and weighted with the histories of 100 kingdoms.
He chuckles.
I was a merchant first, but also a chanter of chants and stirrer of spirits. I thought myself worthy of the Faces' favor. Perhaps I was. Or perhaps they merely saw some kindred spark within me, for they did not allow me to compete.
That, or he bored them into submission.
Instead, they revealed me to myself. They taught me the way of things. They set me to this task, and I eagerly accepted.
He smiles, two fingertips resting gingerly on a wooden helm. How do you preserve memories from these items?
We first wash the items in the pool, and in doing so, give the memories to the souls of this place. Thus do their deeds live on beyond them. Most items carry little more than the strongest memories of their use.
He plucks dismissively at his tunic as if to indicate its baseness.
A
Yes, we've already
few,
done this.
however.
See ya. Right. I think we're ready to go. So, a little quick save. Wait, does she sell stuff?
Contender,
I need to know more about the souls not being in harmony.
the Crucible is alive with the souls of many warriors and their countless memories of battle. Through their song, the Faces rouses these souls to take form. They provide endless opponents. The souls do not speak to me in words. I am no watcher. But they do little to hide their tempers. I sense fear and anguish. I'm sorry. This must be what it's like to have a sick child, unable to explain what's wrong.
I want to know more about you.
There's little to say of my own past. I've lived here for decades. I arrived a nobody, but rose to champion.
Smiling, she rubs her chin.
For reasons unknown to me, this place chose me as caretaker. It has been a simple life in many ways, but an incredibly fulfilling one.
What are your duties as caretaker?
Counsel for those seeking answers, such as this conversation we're having. Otherwise, I oversee the wardens and see to the repairs of the Crucible's physical components. Then there are the less glamorous tasks, dealing with the steady stream of corpses, for example.
Do you have the option of... Oh, it sounds like this place would fall apart without you.
In truth, I am not necessary for the Crucible to function. Through the statue, Tawamawai has worked his will upon this place since before my time. He will do so long after I'm gone.
Do you have the option of leaving?
Perhaps, but it's largely irrelevant. I have purpose and wholeness here at the Crucible. In my youth, I felt the Seeker's urge to see the world, But this island has cured me of my wanderlust.
So you haven't left the island in years? She chuckles, shaking her head.
While I wouldn't mind being cursed to stay on the island, I still have to travel at times. The trials require it on occasion, as do my tasks as caretaker. Mawatu did not fly to you by magic.
Not magic, maybe, but tricks all the same.
He looks quickly at Ngari, his dark eyes narrowed. Tell me about your time as champion.
That must have been 30 years ago, 40? Gods only know. My pack and I fought for the boar's glory. We raged like the warriors of old legends. How brave we were, how terrible. After we won, my pack wished to return home, but I knew in my heart I had been chosen. Not only by the surviving face, but by all of them. The faces of the hunt almost never speak to me, but they did on that day. They bestowed on me all I need to know to steward the crucible.
Alright, something else. I'm curious about the place.
This is the heart of Tuamoai's sacred isle. This temple to battle was built millennia ago. Long have the faces of the hunt presided over these trials. Was there something specific you wanted to know?
Tell me about the faces of the hunt.
They are the three ways in which Tuamoai is known to us. As the slayer of all threats, as the survivor of all challenges, and as the seeker of all answers. The Stelgar, the boar, and the spider embody these three facets of our god.
I'm even more on the spider train now, because that kind of fits the original thing. At the start of Pillars 1, I said, I want to explore, I want to be an explorer and, a seeker, I guess, of answers and of curious things. So, seems perfect for us.
That ain't so different from Gone. Gotta have different names for different roles.
The great statue overlooking the crucible is also the faces of the hunt. Through it, Tuamoai provides for us innumerable foes.
If the faces of the hunt are Tuamoai, why haven't they provided guidance?
Well, the faces are a manifestation of Tuamoai, and not exactly the same thing, but...
She coughs nervously.
The faces do not exactly converse. I have petitioned for guidance and have been met with silence. The faces will speak, but only when they wish to be heard.
Alright, who's in charge here?
Well, Tuamoai, of course.
She smirks at you with a puzzled look.
A few fools have attempted to seize Kazuwari as their own, but it crawls with warriors eager to preserve the unruly chaos of this place. Would-be tyrants die quickly here.
Who built this place? And when?
Countless generations have passed since Juana of many islands first came here. Before this place was built, the lands were arid, almost barren. But Tuamoai filled the isle with wildlife, monstrous and minute. When this much blood spills, the grass grows unbounded. Whether Tuamoai guided the creation of this place, or if building this place attracted Tuamoai's favor, I cannot say. But he is here.
Okay, something else. I want to know more about the competition.
Hunters and warriors from around Aora come to seek conflict and revel in the dance of life and death. The Crucible welcomes any petitioner wishing to test their skills, and the faces honor contenders that best embody their virtues of the hunt. What particularly held your interest?
What's the prize for winning?
Every challenger that completes the rite of passage becomes a contender, eligible to compete for the patronage of one of the faces of the hunt. The three chosen packs face off to determine the champion of the hunt. This grand winner earns honor and objects of power blessed by Tuamoai. Beyond this, each victory in the Crucible earns you the Lord of the Hunt's favor which can take many forms.
What form do the challenges take?
You have experienced some already. You will experience more yet. Meeting them as they come is part of the challenge.
Did everyone here get a ghost for an invitation?
No. Most are here because they worship Tuamawai, though many name him Galawain. Regardless, they hear the call.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm going to leave now. That was a lot of info we got. But I think it's time to head out and do something. Lore is all very well and good, but we got to use that lore for some puzzles and some challenges and all sorts of cool things on the island, in theory. Let's see. Ah, a ravine. Well, let's try it. Thick, humid jungle gives way before you to empty air. A vast chasm divides you from further progress, descending into churning white froth of water below. Bridge of wound rope crosses the gap, planks of dark wood supported between the strands. Let's examine it. The thick rope has been well anchored, each line wrapped and tightly tied around one of a pair of heavy stones. The knots have long since crusted over solid, there's no untying them. The sun has bleached the wooden planks to a dull grey. Let's consider the construction of the bridge. The edges of the wood seem somewhat splintered, rather than cleanly cut. It seems no attempt was made to seal the planks. The rope seems of a stronger make, but could stand to be reinforced. Okay. So we could reinforce the bridge with magic. Let's see if there's another route, actually, as well. You walk to the edge of the chasm in either direction, but find no other manner of crossing. The river seems to stretch down to the beach as you landed at, separating you from the rest of the island. With time, you could reinforce the bridge from the materials provided by the wilds around you, but that would require days of arduous effort. Okay. Well, let's do it. Days of hard labour ensue, as cling carefully to the underside of the bridge, use branches and vines to reinforce it. Eventually, however, the crossing appears significantly safer. We're fatigued. Okay. We're injured, apparently. We can also reinforce the bridge with magic. Yeah, let's use Tanglefoot. Takehu rests a hand upon the damp loam. Moments later, vines sprout forth, wrapping around the rope and wood alike and spreading across the bridge until it looks like a natural part of the jungle. Let's examine it again. Consider the quality of the wood. You garner no further insight from the bridge. Let's consider the integrity of the planks. No. Okay, we're going to cross. You step onto the reinforced bridge and it bears your weight with reassuring stability. You begin the crossing. The rope feels secure beneath your hands and you move confidently along the structure. With a final step onto solid ground, you complete the crossing and find yourself among the thick foliage of the central island. Cool. I'm going to rest now and we're out of that food. So let's just have a quick look and see what else we got. It's probably time to use something cheaper. Kappa leaves? No. Rice? Minus 10% damage taken? Actually doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, we'll just apply that across the board. Why not? We have a lot of healing, so if we take less damage, that actually works out quite well for us. Yeah, okay. And these are the other things that we need to find. Well, I'm going to do all three. The Expanse was the Seeker. Maybe we'll do that last. So this one's going to be the one where we have to kill something, right? The Slayer. The forest thins into scattered glades along the western cliffs of Kazuwari. Trees stand sentinel, overlooking the sheer stone plunge into the Deadfire Sea. You turn north, only to enter a large open field ringed with woods and peppered with small clumps of dense forest. Clouds of insects hum over the rotting remnants of discarded carcasses. The path before you looks roughly disturbed. Let's investigate. On you go, Edier. Though it's difficult to discern from the chaotic wreck of dirt and grass, it seems like multiple sets of kith tracks come from the direction you did and continue towards the coast to the northwest. Another set of tracks, these from some manner of clawed beast, come from inland and follow the same path as the kith tracks. Okay. So, multiple sets. One came from the direction that we have and continues towards the coast. Another set come from manner of clawed beast, come from inland, follow the same path as the kith tracks. This examine the beast tracks. Though Edier cannot identify the exact species that left these tracks, your companion can confirm they were left by a large cat. A very large cat, Edier reiterates. Okay, so that's likely to be a Stilgar, I would guess? The Kith tracks? 4 different sets of tracks appear, including a set that look Orlan. The others are more difficult to narrow down to a specific type of Kith. The tracks seem pretty close together, as if those who left them were moving slowly and carefully. I just want to follow the Kith tracks. Despite your party's efforts, your companion loses the tracks among the tall grass and dry dirt. By the time Edier declares it a lost cause, you've meandered further into the open field. You're not sure what it is, perhaps the rustling of grass that's just a tad too intense to be the wind, or the way each of the corpses seems to have gotten only a little further than the last. But you have an uncomfortable feeling of being watched, or perhaps stalked. Our insight did that. Okay. Very good, and that's a complete success. Run for the tree line or sneak towards it. Run. Discarding caution, you bolt towards the forest cover. Several somethings pound through the grass behind you. But the beast attacks from the side, knocking Takehu to the ground and ravaging your fellow traveler's side with its claw. Even as you move to help, the beast leaps away into the undergrowth. He's maimed. Oh no. You assist Takehu to his feet as he clutches a hand to his bleeding side. You catch glimpses of muscular, furred forms moving between the trees. We attempt to give them the slip with our sleight of hand. Okay. Or throw a spark cracker into the grass as a distraction. Yeah, sure. You stop, crouching low to the ground, your back against a tree. You carefully light a spark cracker and lob it into the underbrush. You hear a cascade of cracks and pops as the explosive ignites, followed almost immediately by the rattle of grass parting before pouncing beasts, large beasts. It takes the Stilgars a moment to realize the mistake, but then the pack of large hunting cats, each shoulder high to an elf, turns towards you, fur bristling and claws flexing. They stalk towards you. Okay, time to fight some Stilgars. A little worried, but, you know, we should be okay. There's only 2? Oh, there's only 2 tigers, but there's also a Stilgar right there. Okay, Edier. Immediately I'm thinking charge that Stilgar. We need to not be wherever we are, but we are here, so what have we got? That's invisibility, right? Vanishing strike. Maybe. Maybe I just want to do shadow step on the tiger. Just get out of here. Wait, is that using our bow? No. Use that in shadow step. Yeah, shadow step, that one. Zoti. Defensive barrier. Here, I'm wanting to chuck one of those in on the Savage Panther. And Takehu, let's do some lightning. Get some stuff hitting around us. Go. Okay, stun the big cat. He's about to be stopped. Okay, we're flanking, we're hitting. Nice, that's hitting there. Takehu's casting his lightning. Nice, we got a stun off. Good. Next move. Ice pillar over here. Seems fairly good. Edier probably wants to get his defense up here. Nice, and then try and knock down the Stilgar. Constantine here wants to use that buff. Zoti's a little hurt, so probably wants to use the Holy Radiance. Actually, probably wants to use that Consecrated Ground one. Nice, okay. We're doing a lot of damage to this tiger. Heal's looking good. Now we can use Holy Radiance. Edier's continuing to tank. This is what he does best. Nice. Giant pillars going over there. Is that what we want? Or do we actually want the pillar here? Maybe the pillar here would be better.
That's just rude.
He charmed one of the panthers?
There's something.
Well, that's good, I guess. Hit them with ice. Edier, can you knock this one down again? Try it. Anyway. Nice. Okay. Did some damage. Could try our lightning. Try and get some stuns going.
I'll teach you.
Constantine, we got anything here? One more of those, please. Wait, no. I just realized what's happened. We're okay because the Stale Guard just went invisible.
Smart.
That's what's happened to us here. We are getting hit. Do we have one that... We have one that confuses, don't we? Whoa. Back into this list. Hit them with the confuse. Okay. Nice.
How do you like that?
Nice, we knocked it prone. Where's Edier going? Immediately I'm thinking escape. Actually, I'm thinking shadow step over here. Another stun, please. Actually, I'm also wanting you to charge over to this one. We have a lot of getting out of here as quickly as possible going on here right now. Defensive shield. Right. We're out. We can now attack that tiger. Constantine. Maybe charm that one. Yeah, sure. The lightning's about to hit. Okay. We did charm that one, so we can now hit this one. Nice. Charge is about to go through. Defensive shield's about to go through. Lots of stuns. Turn into a shark and cast this. Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice stun. Nice stun. Get a knockdown. He's still casting, but that's okay.
It's done.
Should be able to kill this one any second now. That panther's going to become very not friendly any second now as well.
I like my singing.
Okay. Did knock the Stale Guard down. Hit it again with one of those, so we knock it down next turn. Run over here. That's fine.
That dog won't hunt.
Now it's flanked. It's about to fall.
Up you go.
Okay. Hit it with one of these.
I'll be.
Oh, we killed another one. We got to zoom in and get as well. I don't know what causes the zoom in, but I'm not sure if I like it or not. Okay. Right, knocked it over. More down.
I'll teach you a lesson.
It's dead. Right, now, knock the... Ooh, no, stay where you were. Knock it down again. Okay. We are now gonna use our Shadow Strike. Okay. It was jumping towards us, but that's okay. Heal. Hit the Stelgar. Got anything good here? Moonwell. And then charge. Nice. And then knock it down.
That dog won't hunt.
Right. Nice. One of those. Switch to our bow and start shooting it. Nice. Didn't knock it down, but that's okay. Try it again. We got anything here we want to cast? Probably this one, just to get another person. No. Don't cast those. Cast, like, raw damage. Yeah, that looks good. There's a lot of raw damage. It's going to do 130. Nice. There's another one spawns. Maybe we'll use Consecrated Ground to get some heals going. Oh, we could always summon something as well, couldn't we?
It makes no difference.
If we're going to rest after this, we might as well keep summoning.
Take that. Show him
Right.
how it's done.
Takehu, anything here? Boiling Spray? That would hit us, apparently. That's not one I should cast, as the rest of them don't hit, but maybe this one is better? It still says it will hit us, but I don't believe it will. Because this is Or is frost different than water? Wait. I'm sure like this one doesn't hit. It does hit if I do that way. I'm sure that won't hit. Okay. We'll see, maybe I'm wrong.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Right. Oh, it's about to die anyway. Yeah, okay. It did hit our thing there, actually. Interesting.
At your service.
Anyway, killed it. Got the Cinder Shard. Aggressive soul energy raising from within the slim slice of steel seems to warm it from within. That must be what we're after. Nice. Good. Ooh, and who's this? As the bright glow approaches, the rhythm of a heartbeat, not your own, thumps in your head. The light coalesces into the muscular features of a hulking Amoa striding towards you.
Oh, God!
The spirit shrinks away with the glow of a terrified yelp.
Water!
The soul roars as if in challenge. He points a thick, gloved finger at you.
I wanted tougher, but you will suffice.
Who are you?
Who are you? I am the Slayer, the fastest and the strongest. That you had to ask speaks ill of your mind.
So what do you want?
Return your trophy to the old man. There is much left ahead of you to hunt, and far more to kill.
The lines of his face lose what definition they possessed, blurring into a featureless mass until the entirety of his form evaporates into thin air.
Well, wasn't he fun?
Any idea who that was?
He suggested he was the slaying face. Or at least the slayer. Poor attitude aside, he knew of Ingari, and he knew what you're up to. You should be careful.
He seemed to want us to kill someone or something.
Do you think this is why Gallowayne didn't want you here? Maybe the Slayer wants you to kill the gods!
Let's go.
I wonder if we'll run into more like him if we continue with these trials.
Okay. We didn't get all of our loot either. Oh, we can just rest here. Yeah, definitely. We'll rest with some rice. Nice.
Next time, a challenge.
Alright, so that is... Yeah, we've completed the first of them. Is there anything over here? There generally wasn't anything extra on these maps, was there? No, it's just a large map that's reused a couple times. Cool. Let's head out. And... that should be... once it loads... the first of 3 done. Oh, and it's gone forever from the map. Interesting. Well, I am going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and next time, we'll do the other 2 and head back to the Crucible. See you then. Goodbye.